We know that China is eating our lunch, but let's not forget about our old friends in Russia. Remember them? That guy, Vladimir Putin, who's played both Republicans and Democrats in Washington like a fiddle for 20 years here? You know, this week, the U.S. and NATO met with Russia to negotiate over Ukraine. Why are we negotiating with this guy? In the Beltway, the left's control has meant paralysis. As he did with Iran, Mr. Biden is again telegraphing to the world that we haven't come to play hardball with anybody, let alone Russia and China. Biden's interests appear to be limited to promoting trillions in welfare expansion, giving speeches denigrating the American democracy, and leveling charges of racism against his own population. His party is focused on climate change and critical race theory and advancing its war on gender far more than pushing back against our geopolitical adversaries. The strong leadership role of the United States on the world stage cannot be dismissed as a rusty vestige of the 20th century. It must endure. Folks, the Europeans don't lead. In the last century, they plunged the globe into the two deadliest conflicts in human history. For more than 20 years, Putin has been focused on proxy wars and fifth-column attacks, and it's paying off as former Soviet republics, one after another, are now controlled by the Iron Man who once called the collapse of the Soviet Union one of the great tragedies of the 20th century. Leading from behind 2.0 is dangerous. Europe's frayed alliances have made it dependent on Russian energy, made them soft on Chinese aggression, and overall incapable of exhibiting collective strength without an American commitment to back it up. Look, if Russia has no intention of invading Ukraine, as they indicated this week, then there's no reason why the United States and NATO shouldn't deploy a limited number of military advisors and advance defensive weapons to Ukraine. If Putin isn't interested in Russian imperialism, then NATO, with the United States' strong backing, should begin the process of Ukrainian membership. Until Russia pulls back from its current posture, new sanctions against the Nord Stream 2 pipeline should be receiving bipartisan support in Congress, not going down to defeat as they did last night. Russia is building bases and alliances in Somalia, Sudan, and Nigeria. Chinese weapons are being funneled to the Houthi terrorists in Yemen via Iranian ports. And after failing to keep its Doha commitments, Biden handed the Taliban and a hodgepodge of Islamic terror groups control of strategically located Afghanistan, now on the verge of collapse. As you know, we've talked about it here, China is building new nuclear missile fields and expanding their navy. All of this while the left in America is more than happy being consumed with expanding abortion rights, fighting climate change, funding ineffective anti-poverty programs, and other utopian notions of socialist public policy, then recognizing the devastating impact on our economy and our security by emboldened authoritarians. Biden-style negotiations with terrorists, communists, and dictators won't work, folks. Reagan's we win, they lose attitude needs to make a comeback. Official Washington needs to again welcome back the hawks into the policymaking conversation, or Biden and his weakness, Biden and his doves, will get the free world shot out of the sky.